What's up, guys? It's JT Franchise. Totally didn't mean for that rhyme. But anyways, this is going to be my first YouTube rant, and I finally found a subject. It took me long enough, it took me like 2 weeks, but I finally found a subject that I feel comfortable talking about. That is the TNA X Division. In the past 2 years, we've seen TNA's X Division go from being like the main attraction of TNA. When it debuted on Spike TV, they really stacked that card up to, show off the X Division. And then now you got the main thing is Samoa Joe, who represents in a way the X Division, but he's a champion, which is great because I'm a huge Joe mark. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I mean, that's great for me, but the less you have him versus other, really good X Division guys, it takes away. Like AJ Styles. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Hold on. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, let's see. Those are two really, really, really great guys in the ring. They've had one of the best matches in TNA history, as far as I'm concerned, with Christopher Daniels. And the thing about that match, at I think it was Bound for Glory, as a triple threat match for the X Division Championship. I have it on here on my computer. I don't have a DVD or anything, but I watch it all the time, simply because it's that good of a match. It's just one of those matches that you can just watch over and over again, and it's great. When Joe went over the top rope and did the spiral thing, nobody thought he could do that, and the whole place went all up. They loved it. When AJ Styles won, I think it was AJ Styles, or it was Christopher Daniels. One of them, I think it was, it was AJ Styles. It was AJ Styles. He rolled up Christopher Daniels and won. The place couldn't stop clapping. It was the first ever X Division main event. That was back when the X Division was in the spotlight. Now, the X Division gets no attention at all. Who's the X Division champion now? Petey Williams. Jay Lethal is actually coming to my town this weekend, Lancaster, South Carolina. He's coming to this town this weekend. And, I don't think he'll be on Impact this week. A lot of good guys in the X Division right now. Technically, you've got Curryman, who's technically in the X Division, but, because he was in that X Division lockup match at Lockdown. Consequences Creed, who's only had one match on Impact, but showed a lot of potential. He showed a lot of energy, and the fans were really into him. He got over pretty good. He seems to be, from his promos, he seems to be okay on the mic. Like, you can't really tell if he's good on the mic yet, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. If he comes back to Impact, of course, I've been watching it for 3 weeks now, and it hasn't come out since Lockdown. Let's see, Tomko and AJ Styles, as long as they're in a thing, that's not going to happen. AJ not coming back to the X Division is not going to happen. I think they're building up. Like, I could see, ever since this whole Angle Alliance thing started, that there was going to be a feud between Styles and Angle, or Tomko and Angle. And it's become more and more apparent that there's a building feud between Angle and AJ that has yet to reach physical blows. But I remember how Christian and the AJ feud started out with Christian saying that you were like a big brother to me and everything. I think they're stocking up for that, where it's like they're building up for that because it's like they want to display the emotionalness of it over a woman, the thing that's kind of over a woman, and the fact they bring Kurt Angle as the main component of this feud is I'm not sure what it shows. I think they're going with cheesier storylines. The downfall of TNA is what the X Division is, the X factor of TNA. It determined the success. It can determine the failure of TNA. Just like with WCW and the Cruiserweights, some of the highest rated matches in WCW, the people said they loved the Cruiserweights. They loved to see Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, and technically Dean Malenko was considered a Cruiserweight back then. The Juventud Guerrero, Psychosis, those guys were all in there. I think Psychosis was in there. Those guys were all considered great wrestlers who had brought in a lot of fans. And WCW got into a position where they felt comfortable, and they decided not to use them as much as they did anymore, and didn't put them in the limelight. and it was one of their biggest downfalls. But I'm not saying that's the only reason. Everybody knows that there's a lot of reasons WCW went under. Let's see what else we got here. We got Christopher Daniels, who is in a storyline right now where a lot of people think he's Curry Man, and he's fired at the moment, but he's really under mask as Curry Man. But Curry Man is a very popular character in Japan, and I don't think they would let him use that mask. I just don't think it's Christopher Daniels. Like everybody I talk to at my school and other stuff where I work, they say that's Christopher Daniels, but I can't bring myself to believe it. I really can't. You got Showtime Eric Young, Kaz. Kaz shows a lot of potential. Kaz shows more like he's gonna go in the main event soon, but he'll probably be like Joe, where everybody will want to go in the main event, but he won't sell out just yet. Like he'll want to savor this whole mid card in the spotlight kind of deal. I think him and Eric Young are gonna feud, like Monoxide said. I think they're gonna build up into a feud. Let's see. Homicide is really well respected in the indie scene because of what he does in the ring. Tiger Mask has made some appearances in TNA. He's a great athlete. Who else do we have in the X Division? Johnny Devine is the worst. He's a joke. He cannot wrestle. He wrestles in Timberlands, which gets on my nerves, because if you've ever been in wrestling training, like my stepdad is a wrestler, and so we'll go to the training sessions or whatever when they go to apply the matches, and regular shoes, especially Timberlands, aren't good for wrestling. They hurt. They're stiff, and it's hard to run in them and all kinds of things. And the fact that he brings out a kendo stick is just ridiculous, and it makes no sense at all, and it makes me wonder what TNA's thinking. And then last week on Impact, he brought out a camera, and I don't know if you guys remember, Alex Shelley used to bring out that camera when he was doing the whole Paparazzi Productions thing. But technically Johnny Devine was in there for a little while. They were Paparazzi Productions together as a tag team, but that didn't last very long. It was mainly Shelley and Nash. But the fact that he's bringing it out there is a total waste of time and a rip-off to me. I don't understand why they would do that. Let's see, what else we got? I really can't think of anybody. Well, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, Motor City Machine Guns. Those guys can wrestle. Those guys can bring in fans. Those guys could have a feud together, and it would attract tons of fans. Low-Ki, where is Low-Ki? Senshi, sorry. Where's Senshi? Where is he? He's great. He can do kicks. The kicks that he does are so, sometimes they look like a samurai or something. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's really like poetry in motion. It really is. It's beautiful to watch him go through a bunch of kicks or something like that. I remember when he first came back to TNA after being Low-Ki in Japan for so long, and he was doing all those kicks and everything, and I was mesmerized how he would go for like a flash magic on a guy, and he would miss and go over their head and then come back and kick him right in the back of the neck. It was crazy. Some of the main guys in TNA aren't getting the attention they deserve because the X Division is not getting the attention they deserve. Truth Slayer made a great video. It's in my favorites. I am a huge TNA mark, and I love TNA. I really hate WWE most of the time, but it's getting to the point where TNA is just as bad, and hope. Like Truth Slayer said, it's all about hope. And the first thing I think they need to do is they need to revamp the X Division. They've been focusing way too much on the knockouts and way too much on the tag team championships lately, and they need to just bring it back to where it was. P.D. Williams, do the Canadian Destroyer more often and get out of a stupid storyline with Scott Steiner. Anyways, this is JT Franchise. I'm out.